Hey everybody, it's Statesman's pal Jimmy, and it has been a while, 3 to 4 years, since my last City of Heroes video, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick update from what I'm seeing in the City of Heroes community, content creators, the City of Heroes servers, and the direction that my channel's been going through recently. So as you may have noticed, my channel, I have been taking a change in the City of Heroes content that I present. I'm trying to set an example for other content creators that if you want City of Heroes to be successful and popular in YouTube video format, for sure you're going to want to cut down those videos. I'm seeing them posted from like 1.5 hours to 3 hours of raw gameplay, and they get maybe 25 views. Nobody wants to watch that. So my suggestion right off the bat to start this video is to anybody else creating City of Heroes content, there's editing programs and software that will allow you to cut those videos down rather easily. You can get that 3 hour video maybe down to 15 minutes of what's actually entertaining, what's actually important, and that's going to boost the views for City of Heroes across the board. On that note, I've noticed I'm not the only City of Heroes content creator that took a break over the past couple of years. Real life happens. Things happen in the game and updates that we're not able to keep up, and some people have switched back to World of Warcraft or Guild Wars or whatever other MMOs that they play, and the City of Heroes community that was following them is sort of left in this limbo of what do we watch, if anything at all. Is City of Heroes a dead game? And I don't think that it is. There have been some updates to the recent private servers in terms of costume creation, pet customization, new power sets and such across the board that aren't being covered as much and they aren't being watched as much. So I'm going to say that to you right now as the viewer, you are not watching 3 hour videos of raw gameplay of City of Heroes. You're not, and you're not expecting that, and you're not asking for that. So for the content creators on one point, trim down your videos. And for the people watching City of Heroes, you shouldn't have to sit there and watch through 3 hour segments. You should have 5 to 15-minute videos about builds or different information about classes, anything fun about the game's updates. There's so much to pull from, and I don't know why this has been happening for years. It's not just something I'm saying now, where content creators for City of Heroes just post their raw gameplay, be it a Twitch live stream, YouTube live stream, or they recorded it in advance and just posted the raw 3 hour clip. You deserve better, and they should be following up to those standards. On my own note, I have not been following up to those standards. As I mentioned before, I took a break for 3 to 4 years. Personal life, I've gone through a couple of jobs. I'm really happy where I am now, and it provides me a little bit of free time to do some City of Heroes content creation. So my aim for this channel has always been to bring eyes to City of Heroes. I am no stranger to negative feedback and comments, especially since I, of course, do not support the Homecoming server. I've actually been attacked by the Homecoming server. There are YouTube bots from Leo and the Score server, which is what Homecoming is left over from. It's a whole thing. I'm not even going to get into that right now. And what I'm thinking from the future on is there's no point, there's not just no point, there's no benefit to the game and the legacy of City of Heroes for me to dredge up the past in that way. I've experienced it firsthand. I've spoken to every private server leader. I've interviewed them. I've spoken to members of Homecoming, both on and off their own books. Sorry, Homecoming, I spoke to some of your people without you knowing. And in my experience, and what my thought was, 3 years ago or so, was if I stay in this role, City of Heroes is going to suffer. I'm either going to split the community or in some way divide those that are already divided. The worst thing that you can do as a City of Heroes content creator is say something bad about Homecoming. They got the NC. I spoke, me, to their lawyer. I'm not going to say his name and the whole thing that came of that. I spoke to their lawyer. I was there through every step of what was happening. There's no point in bringing it up because at this point, Homecoming players have already clicked away from this video. They've already left a downvote in mass. They've already made a comment, which thank you for the participation in YouTube, and the engagement is always appreciated. But that's where we are as a game right now. You as the player have a choice. You can, and I'm going to say this to 95% of the players at this point. You can continue to play on Homecoming. You probably don't donate to them, do you? Some people do. And that money goes to a game company not associated with City of Heroes. I know the owners of that. I know everything backwards and forwards there. I'm telling you, it's not worth it, and you should play on Thunderspy, Rebirth, Asmodee. You should play on Unity. You should play on any other server that is not actively accepting money and payments and trying to disparage the City of Heroes community with updates and skills and powers that are from the Score server back when that was illegal. I have testimonies and evidence of individuals who were remote access terminal rat hacked by Leo and his scrubs, which is now the Homecoming server. So by playing on that, those of you that are still listening, you're supporting that. You're supporting so many heinous misdeeds. It would probably make you throw up if I listed them all here. So I'm just going to leave that part at that and move on. Good job. That's your choice. You can choose not to try anything else. You can see Reddit posts of new costumes and new powers and say, I wish this was Homecoming. That's your fault. And City of Heroes, it does not belong to them. It does not belong to Leo or the Score server or anybody who had an influence on the game, harassing individuals, minors, sexual role plays such as that, which I'm not going to try to get into more, but oh my gosh, I could go off. Anyways, moving forward. What is the future of City of Heroes right now? In terms of content creation, I really hope that content creators are going to trim down their videos, make fun videos. Builds and guides are great, and by all means, I know that those are the most searched for terms on YouTube, and that's what everyone's trying to do. There's a female City of Heroes player right now who's getting fantastic views. Videos, decent. I get it. Maybe some more editing and cut down would be great, but as one of the OG server interviewers and on board, finger on the pulse with everything City of Heroes, I'm just here to tell you that there is a better future for all of us if we put in a little bit of work and editing and things like that. Now, people can say that back to me. Jimmy, you came back after 3 years and you're just posting AI video, music videos for City of Heroes. Okay. How many City of Heroes songs are there? 3? Maybe you could a couple more here and there, and it has not, those are not even within the last 10 years. Also, when you listen to music by an individual, such as recent ones as I've listened to as 2 years ago for City of Heroes, it's a monotone same person's voice, and you don't get a variety of information and such jazz for the City of Heroes as you would from having a variety of sources if this was an active game. So, my goal, while I'm working, while I don't have time entirely to commit to City of Heroes full time playing it, I haven't played games in a long time, you guys. It's seriously, but I do have, I think, credibility with City of Heroes. I had my finger on the pulse. I've talked to every server owner. I'm still in the Discords. I'm still around. People are talking to me, and they recognize me as somewhat of an authority in City of Heroes to say, this is true, this is baloney, back and forth. So if you don't like that, good for you. Go play on Homecoming. I'm sure I couldn't have changed your mind anyways. But If you are not a smooth brain, if you are a player who actually enjoys the game, you may enjoy one, the alternative servers, two, stop mentioning to the alternative servers, hey, you should have this on Homecoming. They don't want it, they couldn't handle it, and it's disrespectful to those that have been creating costumes and powers and all these amazing things, customizable, but you wouldn't believe it by referencing them back to Homecoming. It's your fault that that keeps happening every time that you put a comment like that. So there are realistically three, maybe 400 people actively playing City of Heroes. Actively playing City of Heroes, maybe at best up to 1,000, but even consuming content or pushing any form of progression within City of Heroes, three, maybe 400 if you're lucky. So let's all take this chance to think about ourselves for a moment and say, wow, I did send a post to Reddit where I said, well, I think this on Homecoming. It's your fault. I did post a thing over here saying, oh, you should do more of these and this and that. It's your fault. We do not have City of Heroes coverage, and there are ways that we can make it better. But right now, as things progress, we're still in that limbo of I put so much time on Homecoming. It was my favorite here, and if people do that, you are the problem. You might not understand it, and you don't have to agree with me. And by all means, you can go and vote for whoever you want, right? But I'm just here to say that moving forward in City of Heroes, I am not going to ask permission for what I do. I think that the game will benefit from more coverage, more music. Let's do more interviews. I am already talking to server owners and people in the community and saying, hey, do you guys want to get together? You want to do this and that? Let's figure it out. Updates are coming all the time. And if you are one of those people, if you're one of the 3 people that watches those 3-hour videos, if you're one of the 2 people that watches those 4-hour videos all the way through and comments and this and that, all credit to you. But I would say that a majority at this point are just saying negative things for negative sake, and there is a way forward for everybody in the City of Heroes community. So, in the meantime, I am going to continue posting my music videos. I think it's really fun, and I listen to them every day. There's a playlist, City of Heroes songs. I play it in my car, I have it on my headphones, just getting ideas, thinking of fun things, and I want to listen to music about City of Heroes, and there is not that much available at this moment. So, that's my little update for right now. I'm sure that a lot of people have clicked away. If you did manage to stick around to this point, congratulations. You have the ability to look at yourself and gain perspective. And I hope that you're going to take this opportunity to say, you know what? Let me do the one step of going to this website and downloading the Sweet Tea Launcher. You can get that at the Thunder Spy Gaming website. Go ahead and Google it, and it gives you access to all of the other private servers aside from Homecoming, who, by the way, are bastards. Okay, thank you so much. My name is Statesman's pal Jimmy. I will see you guys on the other side. Also, sorry, a little postscript here. Spoiler alert for anybody that is looking for videos on what the best build is for City of Heroes or what the best class is to play. Spoiler alert, it doesn't matter. Pick what you want, pick what sounds fun, and a theme is always appreciated more by those around you than a specific power combination. The game is designed in a way that any class that you take to 50, even if you just put IOs on it, even without sets and such, is gonna be able to do most of the content and contribute to your teams in a way that nobody's really gonna notice one way or another if you chose one power set or the other. So for build videos and guides, the answer is play whatever's fun and what makes sense to your character. Also, spoiler alert, This is the thing that affects homecoming players the most. Being told that they are wrong or that they made a wrong choice at some point in their past appears to be the most triggering factor in what I have observed in comments and responses from that player base. So, in this video where I'm telling players that they're not making the right choice or the choice that they made over a year ago was wrong, or even to just think about yourself and the perspective as a human being. You have to be able to think, my perspective might be wrong. My thought process might be wrong. I think that personally myself all the time, in every aspect of the day where I go, well, this is what I think, but let me think from the other person's perspective. I really don't think that homecoming players have that ability. And if you continue to play on that server, you're just proving the point that you as an individual are not capable of expansive rational thought in that way.